Hey everybody, what is up? My name is Martin and welcome to AAA Digest. So it's been quite some time. I wanted to come back a couple of months before launch to cover the game because I thought the marketing for the game would pick up by now, but obviously that changed on Thursday, so I'm back to follow up on a video I made almost a year ago. I wanted to create a more updated version of a facts video. A lot changes during development, as we're well aware, and it's a little outdated now. So here are over 60 facts for Cyberpunk 2077 with a part 2 coming out on Wednesday, and hopefully a part 3 if we get some more gameplay in the near future. So here we go, and let's start off with the basics. So number 1, the development team. So the game is being created by CD Projekt Red and being built on their own engine, known as the Red Engine, and they're working alongside Cyberpunk 2020 creator Mike Pondsmith. So Cyberpunk 2077 was confirmed to be delayed from April 16th to September 17th, 2020, with CDPR needing more time to finish playtesting, fixing and polishing remaining bugs. And it is releasing for PS4, Xbox One, PC and eventually Google Stadia, with the next gen consoles not being ruled out for a future release by CDPR. And like most AAA games, Cyberpunk does have its own collector's edition available that is in high demand. Number 3, first person only. So Cyberpunk is almost entirely a first person role-playing game, although you will be able to see your character through the inventory screen while driving or through reflections via the in-game world. Number 4, the protagonist. So our protagonist is V, a cyberpunk who is attempting to make it big as a mercenary in Night City. And V is candid and very straightforward. When he has an opinion, he voices it, no matter the consequences. And the player will be able to choose between a male body or a female body, yet to speed up this video, I'll be referring to V as a guy throughout. Number 5, the plot in brief. Now, although the story begins with V attempting to make it big within Night City as a hired mercenary, his life drastically changes, with the hunt for a one-of-a-kind immortality chip being the primary focus. Meanwhile, a biochip is implanted into V against his will, holding the digital ghost of Johnny Silverhand, a legendary rocker boy from the past, played by Keanu Reeves, who holds his own motivations, and you will pave the way in Night City via your own choices throughout V's story. Number 6, dialogue options. So to further the role-playing aspect of the game, Cyberpunk has scripted dialogue options when talking to characters in the world that cause minor and major shifts in each conversation and ultimately alter your story to some extent. Unlike most choice-based games, some dialogue sequences are timed, forcing the player to make a quick choice with their initial gut feeling, unless you pause it like a dick. Number 7, interactive first-person scenes. Now, although as I mentioned the game is played out in first person, Cyberpunk 2077's narrative-driven cinematic scenes will be highly interactive. Aside from making dialogue choices, the player can look around the room while the scene plays out, highlighting extra information that can open up further dialogue options to the player, and even in some circumstances V can pull his gun out at the perfect moment for an advantage and interact with objects during the scene. And currently there are 2 thick books worth of dialogue alone for Cyberpunk 2077. Number 8, multiple endings. So CDPR have confirmed, based on major decisions throughout your game, V's story can end in different ways, and major characters can even live or die depending on your approach and the choices throughout. Number 9, failing a quest isn't always mission failed. So after failing certain objectives during quests, it can now be a new aspect of your overall story that can have some consequences, with even characters addressing your failures in future missions. Number 10, the character creator. So upon starting a new game, you'll be presented with the character creator. Here you can choose V's body type, define your appearance, customize V's skin tone, eye color, and other physical features, alongside adjusting any makeup, eyeshadow, or adding piercings to their body. Then you can choose your character's starter build with 22 points to distribute around each of the 5 attributes, to begin with at least. Number 11, life paths. Also within our character menu, players can choose between 3 different origin stories. The street kid, raised among major gangs, experiencing a difficult upbringing, to the corpo, who has had prior experience climbing the corporate ladder. And then, finally, the nomad. V has lived on the outskirts of Night City and developing quite a hatred for the corporate lifestyle, and is now a lover of freedom and independence. Number 12, different starting points. So based on your specific life path choice, V's opening to the game will differ. A nomad opening hour will be a unique experience from that of a street kid or corpo, so there are up to 3 possible start points for your character. Number 13, impacting dialogue. So being a street kid, nomad, or corpo will impact your dialogue options throughout your story, with specific possibilities opening up based on your background. E.g., a street kid may have extra options when speaking to other gang members that leads to a unique outcome. Number 14, the fluid class system. So classes fall under 3 main roles: the netrunner, an elite hacker of the world that can clear missions without even pulling a trigger; the techie, expert engineers who specialize in crafting and the use of the flathead, which can help V deal with enemies and open doors; and then the solo build, basically hardened mercenaries who can be extremely powerful or fast and hold advantages in regards to the use of ranged and melee weapons, although the player is capable of mixing the 3 builds together, so you're not restricted to just one quote class. Number 15, attributes. So there are 5 different attributes associated with our main character. Body, a combination of strength and constitution, allows V to take more damage, rip apart turrets and doors, and use heavier weapons. The next attribute is intelligence, governs your ability to employ advanced hacking technology to win or avoid fights. Then reflexes, which governs V's use of firearms and blades, and technical, giving V an advantage in regards to fixing and manipulating hardware. And finally, cool, which measures V's ability to keep cool in stressful situations, e.g. less weapon sway when being fired at. Number 16, the skills. So here are the list of skills and what attribute they are associated with. Under reflexes, we have handguns, rifles, and blades. And then cool is the home of assassinations, nerve, and sniper rifles. While the technical attribute holds simply engineering. And then body governs your ability to use melee, athletics, shotguns, and two-handed weapons. And then finally, intelligence is simply the hacking skill. Number 17, skills increase through use. So each of these 12 skills will increase through utilizing that skill itself. So the more V uses rifles by scoring kills or knockdowns, then V's rifle skill will increase naturally. Number 18, skills and perks are gated by their attributes. So to explain, if the player has a level 4 in the reflex attribute, then every skill that falls under that specific attribute can only reach a max level of 4. So pistols cannot reach level 5 unless the attribute associated is increased. And this also counts for perks. A level 10 in intelligence, as an example, can unlock all 5 possible hacking perks, yet a level 4 in intelligence can only unlock 2. Is that simple enough? I hope so. Number 19, ever improving animations. So improving skills impacts animations in minor ways, with reloading animations and the overall control of that specific weapon looking smoother the higher your level is. Number 20, so through completing major missions, V will gain XP and level up, unlocking a perk and attribute point after every couple of levels gained, and that can be used to increase your attributes and acquire extra perks. Number 21, street cred. So this is practically a reputation level that increases massively through completing contracts, activities, street stories, and side missions. As you increase V's street cred, you will gain access to better vendors and provide unique items such as rare schematics, new fixers that offer more difficult contracts, and overall it increases your fame throughout the districts. Number 22, fame comes with a price. Now, although street cred is mostly beneficial to the player, it isn't all positive. It can have a small negative impact. Some missions require a mercenary who is perhaps a little more anonymous. Thus, a highly rated street cred level means people will be aware of V, making specific missions more difficult as they're aware of the dangers V poses. So fame, in its own way in this game, has its cost. Number 23, so every skill in the game has up to 5 perks, meaning there are 60 perks overall to choose from based on your build, with the majority of perks having multiple tiers similar to The Witcher 3, e.g. perk 1 unlocks more advanced malware for V to purchase and utilize, so the second rank of that same perk will unlock even more options. Number 24, the game takes place in Night City, so named after the late Richard Knight, a successful entrepreneur, and it's a fictional metropolis in the free state of Northern California that is home to the world's most powerful and dangerous corporations and street gangs that dominate the way of life, in which people are obsessed with the glitz of showbiz and the luxurious lifestyles of the privileged elite. Number 25, there are 6 individual districts, and the map is said to be compact and detailed, so each location has its own aesthetic, personalized history, and sub-districts within that V can free roam early in the game. And the first up is the city center, the heart of Night City, dominated by major corporations that dictate almost every aspect of the district through their power and wealth. And then we have Pacifica, initially intended to be a tourist resort district, yet the funding for this project was pulled. So the dream of Pacifica being this place of luxury and a major tourist attraction died, leaving many construction projects left unfinished and abandoned, with the district now housing street gangs known as the Voodoo Boys and the Animals, who are fighting for control. And then the third district is Westbrook, often a place for Night City's most rich and powerful to work hard and party harder. And it's also the home of Japantown. And then we have Haywood. It's a huge suburban housing district that is the home for many of Night City's up-and-comers and consists of many Latinos, yet the area is being tormented by ever-increasing gang violence in the streets. And next up is Santa Domingo. All of Night City is powered from here with its countless power plants and industrial factories, and it's stuck in an endless cycle of modernization. And then finally we have Watson, the home of the many Asian cultures within Night City, previously a booming financial district owned by the corporations, yet now it's mainly populated by immigrants and is a shadow of its former self. Number 26, the Badlands. So this is the name given to the outskirts of Night City. Here V can explore the deserts of California and view things like power plants, abandoned highways, and encounter the world's nomads, which are split into different factions. Number 27, the world is handcrafted. So the in-game world has been completely handcrafted, meaning nothing is procedurally generated, allowing for a more detailed and realized world. Number 28, the day and night cycle. So like most modern RPGs, Cyberpunk will have its own day and night cycle that will have some minor impacts on the world. Locations can be heavily guarded based on the time of the day, while some missions will also be time of the day exclusive. Number 29, V's studio apartment. So located within the Watson district will have V's home base. His apartment, located many floors above in what's called a mega building. Inside, V will have access to his own computer, armory, personal wardrobe, brain dance, and his own vending machine and radio, although there will be no option of purchasing a second apartment within Night City. Yet based on the player's life path choice, the apartment can differ in terms of its overall look, and it will be an important part of the player's story with meetings taking place within. Number 30, mega buildings. So somewhat inspired by Judge Dredd, mega buildings are massive structures that have their own ecosystems present with stores, apartments, shooting ranges, and it differs from the atmosphere created on street level. They are practically, in this game at least, towns contained within one large building. Number 31, closed off buildings. So although Cyberpunk offers a detailed open world that can be traversed vertically, not every single building is open for exploration to the player. Some are permanently blocked off and cannot be entered. Number 32, urban planners. So CDPR have been working with urban planners to help develop Night City and to ensure that the city's layout, traffic, and ecosystems make sense in a city environment. Number 33, level design. So levels are designed with multiple different routes in mind, allowing for various different playstyles based on your character's build, from stealth routes to gun blazing playstyles to even hacking your way through levels without even being seen. Number 34, mostly no loading. So outside of the initial loading screen to start the game itself and traveling to either district within Night City, the player will experience no loading screens, and this goes for entering or exiting buildings and starting and finishing missions, although dying or restarting a checkpoint looks likely will experience some form of loading, which for a video game is reasonable. Number 35, so the game will include a dynamic weather system. Night City being an extremely polluted city leads to acid rain and some unpleasant weather conditions. Number 36, the crowd system. So similar to The Witcher 3, although deeply developed, hundreds of NPCs can be seen walking the streets of Night City's districts with their own designated roles, appearing to be shopping, commuting, and can be heard discussing recent events to offer some extra lore or hints towards some street stories. Number 37, restricted areas. So upon entering a certain faction's territory, the game will alert the player, highlighting that you've entered a restricted location. If seen exploring that location, you will be attacked on sight. Number 38, map borders. So similar to The Witcher 3, upon reaching the end of the map, the game warns you to turn around. Yet if you proceed to continue in that direction, then V will be forcefully turned back. Number 39, Ripper Docs. So V can visit numerous different Ripper Docs throughout Night City, who will install all sorts of cyberware in exchange for eddies. Implants can be made on a range of different body parts, to give V huge advantages towards combat, movement and more. The main story length. So CDPR have gone on record by saying Cyberpunk 2077's main story, combined with major side quests, is slightly shorter than that of The Witcher 3, although that doesn't account for street stories, smaller quests, fixer contracts and other activities throughout each district. Number 41, side missions have an impact. So some side quests will be standalone stories, one-off interactions with specific characters, while others will feel much bigger by tying into the main story, creating a new avenue for the player and possibilities in regards to the completion of that mission. A player who rushes through the main story compared to a completionist who finishes every side quest should experience some small cool differences in their story. Number 42, free roam after completion of the main story. So the team at CDPR have found what they deem is a really cool way of allowing the player to free roam Night City after completing the game, to finish up any remaining quests or activities. Number 43, street stories. So outside of the game's main plot and side missions are street stories. They are designed to add extra world building to Night City by connecting the open world content with the player. So while free roam in each district, V can stumble upon people in need or points of interest that involve you with everything that's happening in Night City, and in return for completing them, it increases V's reputation in that district. Number 44, fixer contracts. So as V becomes more established as a mercenary, he will be introduced to new fixers that provide more dangerous jobs in exchange for payment. And these jobs can range from assassinations to missing person quests to even the retrieval of some important equipment. Number 45, the shooting range. So shooting ranges throughout the game allow V to increase his skills at a faster rate, working as catch-up mechanics for the player's weaker skills. Number 46, Fight Club. Our protagonist can put his skills to the test by taking part in underground fights that are set up throughout Night City. Number 47, confirmed gangs. So the confirmed gangs so far are the Maelstrom, the Animals, the Voodoo Boys, Tiger's Claw, Valentinos, the Scavengers, and the Brainiacs. And finally, only mentioned briefly, are the LIZZIES, an all-female gang with skull masks, melee weapons, and guns who are obsessed with the singer Lizzie Wizzy. Although Cyberpunk has many more gangs from its deep lore, and each could potentially make an appearance throughout our story. Number 48, companion missions. Now, although V will often be riding solo for a large percentage of missions, we will be introduced to a number of companions that can accompany V on specific missions. They'll help out in combat, give feedback in regards to how to approach certain situations, and even impact dialogue to an extent. Number 49, V cannot join a faction. So V is incapable of joining a street gang or corporation permanently, although players can make choices that are in favor of specific factions to help them out and improve V's relationship with them. Number 50, vehicle types. So cars and motorcycles will be available to drive and purchase during our playthrough. Number 51, different perspectives. So while in vehicles in the game, it allows the player to switch between first person and the third person perspective. From here we can see our car's details and thankfully get to see our character. Number 52, V's garage. So the player will have access to their own personal garage for the storage of any purchased cars or motorcycles, although there will be a limit on the number of vehicles you can store. Number 53, so via the player menu, V can select his favorite vehicle, which will then be the designated car or motorcycle until you switch it out for another. Number 54, calling in your vehicle. So each of your own cars and motorcycles are equipped with an AI, allowing V to call his vehicle anywhere in the city and it will arrive at your last known location. And this also allows for an auto drive feature while in your vehicle. Number 55, Grand Theft Auto. So players can steal vehicles that are on the street while free roaming around Night City and use them to drive from A to B. Number 56, flying vehicles are mission exclusive. So V will be unable to control or ride in aerial vehicles during exploration, except for some specific story moments. Interacting from V's vehicle. So V can interact with specific NPCs from his car or motorcycle. So you don't need to get out of your car to accept certain side missions or activities. Number 58, radio stations. So there are multiple radio stations available to listen to while driving your car that offer different playlists, have hosts introducing songs, and offering some insight into current events, such as Stanley Media. Number 59, Crazy Taxi. So Night City offers a couple of available taxi services to the player. Delmain, operated by an AI, and Combat Cab, who provide lifts to the combat zone, yet they also work as weapon merchants as well. Number 60, street races. So one of the many games and activities available to V within Night City is to take part in street races within its districts. 61, vehicle customization. So CDPR are working on customization for vehicles, so cars can be customized to an extent, add in extra details, and we can even have armor plated cars. While motorcycles can be customized, they are said to be limited in comparison to cars. 62, drive-by. So firing your weapon from V's vehicle is possible. You will even lean out the driver's seat or passenger seat window for a more accurate shot, and tapping Y on Xbox One or triangle on PS4 while you're in your vehicle activates combat, while B or circle is to exit onto foot. But yeah, that is the end of this video, guys. We have another facts video on Wednesday, and for now I have a question for anyone who's made it this far. What do you guys think of the 5-month delay for the game? CDPR kind of went quiet the last few months with a real lack of marketing, so it kind of comes as no surprise to me personally. It'll make for a better game and less of a crunch for many of the talented people working at CDPR, so that's always a good thing, and I'm thankful they've made what they believe is the right decision. Obviously it sucks for us, but it'll work out for the better. I just hope they give us some more gameplay to talk about for a few months in the meantime. That would be nice. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. Cyberpunk 2077 releases on September 17th. For Xbox One, PS4, and PC. And for more content like this, stay tuned here on AAA Digest. Later guys, bye-bye.